Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Kicking Show, the official podcast of Kicking the Tires. And as you can tell, I'm here at Phoenix Raceway. On the other side of the fan zone here, Justin Schuoler is also here at Phoenix Raceway. And Seth Eggert joining us from Mooresville, North Carolina, as always, with the famed diecast in the background. I want to know why you don't have your Daytona diecast in the background that you won the other night. You haven't had one of those made yet? You didn't win. You came in second.
I finished second, but I've not had a custom made of any of my iRacing diecasts as of yet. But then again, I haven't had a custom number on any of them until this past weekend. So it will have just been the standard default iRacing number on the cars. Now it actually is a fancy font.
Well, there you go. So, you know, I can't say that I was excited or anything about you finishing second in the Daytona race on Monday Night Racing, you know, that league that we used to be involved with and sponsor. And maybe, who knows, we'll come back and do some of that. But, you know, you just beat Dale Jr. It wasn't like a big deal, and Kyle Busch.
And Ryan Vargas, Roger Carew, Will Rogers, Robbie Lyons, Preston Bardis.
Yeah, I mean, nobody particular, but like I said, I may have gone a little overboard on the Junior, calling him out for coming in behind you at Daytona in the iRacing event last Monday. But hey, it's all in fun.
Yep.
I just don't understand why you didn't wreck that guy in front of you.
Well, David Shieldhouse and I we're friends for one. For another, he was looking for his first win. I was looking for my first win, and I was in fifth with Shieldhouse and Adam Cabot ahead of me. Preston Pardis, Garrett Smithley, and Gary Sexton on the outside lane pinching me in. So I really didn't have a chance to get up there. It was me making it 3 wide off of turn 4 with Cabot and Pardis that allowed Shieldhouse to break away and get the win. So in part, it's a little my fault that he won. But in preseason Thunder, I made the same move on the outside, went from 4th to 14th. This time I went from 5th to 2nd. So,
well, you know, I mean, it's not like that's, you know, I don't know. I just wish you could have got to first, because then I probably would have broken Twitter. So for those who don't know, you know, this is Championship 4 weekend. We are at Phoenix with the finale this weekend for the Camping World Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series. And we're sitting here talking about your Monday night iRacing event. So you can see what's really important to us. But Justin, yesterday we were at the Phoenix Convention Center downtown, overshadowed by 160-foot vinyl wrap of Chase Elliott hoisting up the trophy on top, you know, plastered to the side of a building down in downtown. The streets had the city has repainted the crosswalks in the streets to the yellow and black checkered flag that Phoenix has here at their track. So we are definitely in the mood for the Championship 4. What did you notice yesterday with all those drivers coming through there and talking about what they plan to do to try and get the trophies this weekend?
Yeah, you know, obviously after months and months, a whole year, 35 races in the Cup season and 33 in the others, it comes down to one more here at Phoenix. 12 drivers trying to go after 3 different championships. So it's going to get exciting because you have so many different drivers across all 3 series trying to go for that same championship. It's, you know, before it was pretty simple to pick, okay, we're pretty sure who the champion's going to be and stuff like that. Now it's, you know, it's really could be any one of these 12 winning these 3 championships. It's going to be insane. By the way, Seth, I was kind of inspired by you always putting one of your you know, diecasts up behind you. I figured I'd up you one and
with
get some real
cars.
Yeah, get some real ones here. So they just started.
They're only real once they pass tech.
That's right. That is true. That is very true.
Let me explain to you. I'm on the other end where they will be real race cars with the sticker on them when they come out. So
if they pass,
way out there, and he's at the beginning of tech and I'm at the end of tech. This is the room of doom that's behind me here, and the what do they call it? The laser inspection station, the Hawkeye unit, and yeah, we wrote a story about that several years ago.
Yeah.
how the
So
teams were cheating that up. So yeah, there'll be real race cars when they come out. They're kind of they're pretend race cars where he's at down there.
well, if they pass. So if you're watching this episode on YouTube, not listening to it, you'll have to keep an eye out behind me because I've been already kind of overhearing maybe one car already not being able to pass the first time through, which isn't uncommon. So
She might
we'll
have been
see.
the 19 car.
I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see which ones get the stickers. But
It's
hey,
right behind me, by the way.
Yeah, and it's going to the right, or at least my right anyway.
well, we'll see if they end up getting to go to the garage or going to the back of the line. So we'll see. Seth, before we talk about what happened yesterday during media day, let's talk about some iRacing news because I know we kind of kicked that off with the bang. You finishing second in the Monday Night Racing League, but I know you have a couple other things as well.
Yeah, the eNASCAR Road to Pro Contender iRacing Series kicked off, and that is to determine who's going to be in the Coke Series next year. Well, first race, the top 3 finishers are also the 3 professional drivers in real life. Parker Retzlaff won the race, and he drives in the ARCA East Series. Garrett Lowe finished second. He just won a semi-pro series championship in Legend Cars. And finishing third was Caden Honeycutt, who just finished runner-up in the Cars Late Model Tour. Something tells me the real-life racing experience may have transferred over Tuesday night, just a little bit. But in all seriousness, Nicholas Shelton dominated the race out of 201 laps. He led 193. In overtime, he got booted out of the way and ended up finishing 12th.
I'm going to do something here real quick, just so that the fans will see this, because a lot of fans don't get to come to the track. They don't get to see this stuff. So I'm going to pick my computer up, ignore all the bouncing and stuff, and I'm going to walk over here and go wireless just for a second so that the fans can see the cars going into the tech area over here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and talk.
Yeah, I'll put Jerry on mute real quick so that way there's no background sound there. But
as I was saying, Nicholas Shelton, he dominated the race. He probably should have won that race too. Like I said, he got booted out of the way, actually coming to the white flag. And when the white flag had waved, there was a crash a little further back. And on iRacing, the way it works is once the white flag waves, there's no cautions. So several drivers, Colin Bowden, Jordy Lopez Jr., went from running top 15, top 10, ended up finishing outside the top 30, if not the top 35. And with it only being a 7-race season and 1 drop week available, they have to be perfect the rest of the season to make the top 20 to advance to the Coke Series next year. So they are already behind the 8 ball. Something I will say, Chris Overland, who's a former Coke Series driver now, is one of the broadcasters during the pre-race show for the Coke Series. He's putting together a power rankings of sorts with different personalities from iRacing, some media, some other people, and it's all anonymous. I'm not a part of it, but it's really interesting to see what drivers people think are going to do well, which ones are not going to do well, and which ones honestly have to something to prove. Because there's some that were like 27th, that I want to say Alan Bowes, and he said that's probably a fair assessment, while Malik Ray, who drove for Space Station Racing and Joe Gibbs Racing at one point, probably should be a little higher up the list instead of 23rd. At least that's my personal opinion. But it'll be interesting to see where it goes. Monday Night Racing also has the Road to Glory series, which I want to say it was Lucas Knupp who won that, and Dylan Freeble, who was spotting me in Monday Night Racing, I spotted him to a 3rd place finish in that league, which he had the winning move, except the caution came out with 2 to go ending the race. But he also is very lucky he didn't get caught up in that wreck at the end, because his wheel had actually popped off the desk at the very end.
That sounds like my problem. Whenever I raced, my desk was way too thick to hold the wheel straight, so it would
Yeah,
always be popping off.
yeah, he got clipped and he's like, the wheel just popped off and like, save it, save it, save it. I mean, what else can I do as a spotter?
Okay, guys, I've got the 11 car here fixing to go through the inspection area, and you can see the crews getting things ready behind them. Over on this side, I don't know if you can see all the way down. It's Kevin Harvick's car. Ryan Blaney's car just went through. We're going to go to the other side and see if they made it through and which way they go when they come out. So bear with me for just a second. And hey, if you can't be at the track, we'll bring the track to you, right?
There you go. Yeah, and just so everyone knows, Truex obviously was first one to go through, and then right behind him was Kyle Larson. A couple more went through, like Blaney and a few others, and then obviously Denny Hamlin is next, and Chase Elliott.
I was gonna say, I think I see Chase Elliott's car a little further down.
Yeah, that iconic Napa on the hood with right now Kevin Harvick in that 4. I'll tell you what, Harvick's been pretty dang good at Phoenix, but it's been a while since he's put that car in victory lane here. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get the end of his season turned around. So,
hey guys, yeah, I just got asked by security what I was doing. They wanted to see if I had credentials. Like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I got asked that a couple of times on pit road post race at Martinsville.
Yeah, hey, they're just doing their job. So, no worries. But
well,
I am sitting here with a computer, and the guys are sitting over there making fun of me, and we're.
Well, I was gonna say, especially at Martinsville with the antics between Hamlin and Bowman post race, probably warranted security to ask questions to make sure it wasn't fans or anybody else going over.
Well, talking about fans going over, Seth, you said you had a video or something like that, right?
Hold on. Well, 1 second. Hold on. We got Blaney's car's coming out right now. There you go. And see which way he goes.
Looks like they're all going hard, right?
He's going to take, it looks like he's going to take the right going into the garage. So
this is the good right turn in the garage, though.
This looks promising. They're taking the wheel covers off, and the crew is they seem to have smiles on their faces. Thumbs up, guys. Good stuff. You pass? Oh, okay. Everybody passes.
But yeah, I mean, technically it's a fan video, technically it's not. And what I mean by that, a friend of mine, Sam Dreis, who I've known for several years, Martinsville was, according to him, his last race as a fan, because next year he's hoping to go into more sports photography, and he's based up in the Northeast. He was actually at the start-finish line post-race when Hamlin came up and showed his displeasure in multiple ways to Alex Bowman. And here is his video that he was able to catch from the grandstand side. Granted, we all saw the NBC video, we all saw the in-car from Hamlin, but this is the only one that I know of from the grandstand side, which you might be able to see a certain gesture that Hamlin may have made after the Bowman Gray style temper tantrum, so to speak.
No, he was upset. I thought he was just kissing the noses of the cars together.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's a fight, kiss, kiss, kiss.
Man, that's quite a video for sure. And it's funny because Alex Bowman, obviously, that day or the very next day, put up on Twitter Hack Bowman t-shirts for sale.
And guess what? Not only is a lot of money for that going to charity, he also posted a photo, I think it was yesterday, negative 23,311 orders that he has to fill. So at like $10 a pop. With some of that money going to different animal charities, $200,000. It's not bad.
That's awesome, and that's what I love about NASCAR drivers is they find ways to give back either to local communities or great organizations like that, and don't let things get to their head too much. They have a lot of fun with it. And Hamlin, I think this week said something along the lines of, Alex, it's great that you're doing that. It sounds like you just need a little creativity to get it rolling.
Well, can I just say the last time that I remember a driver giving somebody else a nickname post-race for an incident might have been Dale Sr. calling Gordon Wonder Boy.
Wasn't that the year when at the end, and or maybe it was
He
a little
toasted
bit
him
later?
with milk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I'll tell you what. I've always tried to be myself, not one to really jump the fan bandwagon, but I really do wonder what NASCAR would have been like if Earnhardt were still around, because he was so much fun at the track, both to watch on the track and watch in the garage. He was a ton of fun. My dad grew up being one of his volunteer jackmen before NASCAR teams ended up being very dedicated pit crew members across the board. So there's a bit more of a unique connection with the Earnhardts that my dad has on that side. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see, and two, you can throw a ton of other names like Alan Kowicki and stuff like that in there too. So even Adam Petty, who was up and coming and never really got his chance in the Cup Series. But anyway, let's get to some happier news, I guess, because Jerry, we had a pretty busy day yesterday with all those 12 drivers going after those championships. So let's start with the Truck Series. Obviously, Zane Smith winning at Martinsville in a must-win situation. He's going to have a chance again. Finished runner-up last year to Sheldon Creed, but he'll have another chance this year. So he'll be the 4th seed. And then Matt Crafton in the 88 going to go after yet another championship. Kind of really already has solidified himself as the veteran of the sport. John Hunter Nemechek off of a very dominant season, going to try to capitalize that off. And Ben Rhodes, who really started off extremely well, has kind of been in his own words, flying under the radar. So those are our 4 for the Truck Series. Jerry, who did you talk with, and what were they telling you?
I talked to all of them, but the one that stands out the most is the guy that, since I am last in the Truck Series points, I can go ahead and say who I'm going to pick. And that was Zane Smith, because Zane doesn't have a ride that he knows of. He actually might have a ride. Okay. He may have a deal, but he doesn't want to know if he has a deal until he's done with, tonight's race here at Phoenix Raceway, because he doesn't want it to cloud his thinking about what he has to keep focused on. And what he has to keep focused on is going out there and winning this championship and being the guy who comes in, either wins the race or is ahead of the other 3 when the checkered flag falls. So he's going to be my pick, because care to the wind, Zane Smith be damned, he is going to do everything he can to get up to the front and to win that championship, because he needs it. This is a career moment for Zane Smith. Okay, so that's going to be my pick.
Yeah, and like you, Jerry, I talked with all of them as well. Nemechek, like I said, he was saying that he needs to absolutely win because he needs to kind of solidify his season. He feels that pressure right now. And coming out of Martinsville with the issue with Austin Wayne Self, he hasn't talked with Austin. He did say that, but he doesn't really care, doesn't really want to. He's focused on tonight. You've got Ben Rhodes, who has said, I'm flying under the radar, and I like that because we've been slowly but surely getting faster and faster. In practice this morning, he was the fastest of the 4. So he's also going to put on a really good show. Matt Crafton was quite interesting because he obviously wants to win another championship. But if you guys don't know, when you win the championship, or depending on if the champion moves on to the Xfinity Series or whatnot, you have to do all the rookie orientations throughout the year. And Matt Crafton almost doesn't want to do another rookie orientation for another year.
I wonder why, especially after Martinsville and some of the antics there.
Oh my gosh.
I talked to Matt too. And the best thing about the interview is with Matt was his daughter was his mic handler, and was holding the mic the whole time.
She didn't look very enthused, though. I'll say that.
No,
she wasn't giving up that mic, because she was like, "I'll hold the mic," And but I remember when his daughter was born. Okay, that was, you know, first championship years ago. He's got 3 under his belt. He knows what this is all about. He's calm, cool, collected. He doesn't worry about what the rest of these guys are going to do. And you mentioned Ben Rhodes a while ago. You know, part of me wants to go with you know, on a pick with Ben, but the reason why I said that, I talked to Ben. He just wants to get in the truck. Okay, he wants to race. He is done with the interim 7 days or whatever it's been since he last was in the truck. He's over the festivities. He's like, I'm tired of having to worry about what I'm going to eat. I'm tired about worrying when I have to go to bed. I'm tired. I don't want to, you know, how much rest I need, how much, if I go to a bad restaurant and get food poisoning, you know, he just wants to race. And to me, when you've got a driver and they're not focused on the festivities, they're focused on getting behind the wheel, that there's a fire in there. And, you know, Ben Rhodes is another one to watch that would be a good pick for someone if they're doing fantasy this weekend in the truck series.
Seth, who would be next to pick for trucks? I can't remember who's higher, me or you.
It would be me.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with John Hunter Nemechek. And main reason why is since your wife has already locked up the championship in the trucks, might as well try picking someone who will win the championship instead of having a little bit of fun.
Yeah, in that case, I'm going to go with Ben Rhodes. I really, really want to do Matt Crafton because I feel like he's going to be the guy that kind of steals that flying under the radar thunder that Ben Rhodes has been doing all year long. But looking at those practice times, man, Matt Crafton was a little off pace, quite surprisingly, and Ben Rhodes was right up there with some of the others who are not running for a championship, but are in the 133, 134 mile an hour lap times. So Ben Rhodes, I think, is going to be able to steal this one from Nemechek.
Well, you can go to the video right now and hear what he has to say, because we have video from Ben Rhodes and we have video from Matt Crafton, I'm pretty sure. Any nerves coming in here this weekend? I mean, it's been what, you know, 6 days or 7 days since last, you know, so you got all the crap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty calm at this point. I feel like I think if anyone says that they aren't nervous or they don't have nerves, they're probably lying to you. I think you have some nerves no matter what, but I think it's how you harness those and use them to your advantage. For me, I've been pretty calm and collected all week. I actually got out here to Phoenix a little bit early and had a day just to kind of sit back, relax, study, not have to do too much and not have any distractions. So for me, it's been great being out here with the fam, and just got to continue that on to tomorrow night and go execute.
Coming in here this weekend, you've been down this road before. Is it any different for you in any sense?
No. It's after you won the first one and you got rid of the nerves of the first one, it definitely makes it a lot easier going for your fourth one.
Do you feel any similarities to the years you've won championships in the truck series, like compared to this year?
No, I mean, because 2019 was the year that we ended up winning it with the chase format, but now, I mean, the two before that were the old point system, and 2019 was just a different deal, especially not winning a race and then winning it and breaking the system and then being able to break the system again. Tomorrow night would be another interesting way to watch all the keyboard warriors fire up their computers tomorrow night.
Do you thrive on that?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I laugh. I mean, I don't respond much to it because sometimes I get in trouble for when I do respond. So I just sit back and laugh, and it bothers me zero.
Yeah, so there's two people right there going straight for the championship, and you know, no matter what they say, you know, deep down inside they're hungry to go win. Matt Crafton wanting to win another one, Ben Rhodes wanting to win his first, and some of the others that we've talked to as well. But talking about people who are hungry to win championships, I think out of all three series, the Xfinity series is filled right now with guys who are the most hungry out of all these NASCAR drivers to go win championships. I think you saw that with Noah Gragson winning at Martinsville. You definitely see that with AJ Allmendinger whenever he wins a race, and seeing his post-race interviews. Austin Cindric, pretty quiet and very self-sustained guy, but also stays very, very hungry. And gosh, Daniel Hemrick just needs to get rid of this black cloud over his head. And you know,
And it continued today with apparently his hauler having issues on the way to Phoenix.
oh,
What happened
geez.
there?
I don't know. Bob Pockris had tweeted it out earlier. They don't know if it's going to get there in time for practice, but they're going to end up having to use some of the stuff from the 18 ARCA hauler for the tools in the pit box.
Oh,
Wow, did they have a wreck or is it break down?
I don't know. Bob just said that there was an issue with the hauler on the way.
Well, I'll go check that out just a little bit. And I see the 18 Cup car behind me. And, you know.
And it had the issue in Texas, mind you.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, there's 1,000 miles of bad road in Texas, so I can understand.
I'm reading the tweet right now. The primary car has been loaded onto another hauler. It'll get to the track this afternoon, but to be determined if it'll get there in time for practice. The team will use the JGR ARCA hauler, Ty Gibbs, today for toolbox and scales.
interesting.
Wow. Well, okay. So here's the downside of that. They're just going to go use another Cup team hauler. I know it says ARCA, but it's Ty Gibbs. So whatever's on there, you can bet it's the best of the best. And probably better than what he had to begin with.
Man, wow, that's scary. That's stuff that these teams have to really kind of dangle in front of them, I guess, is that risk of what could happen to these haulers and these cars getting there. And you think of other sports too, like Formula One. Like, my goodness, they have to get those open wheel cars on planes and jets and boats and whatever just to get them across multiple countries.
Have you ever seen how they pack up an F1 car?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so basically they take it apart into little bitty pieces and pack it into this protective foam enclosure big box stuff, and then it goes on to a cargo container and then it ships. It's amazing.
Wow, that's probably why whenever they get like front wing or rear wing damage or side pod damage, they just pop it right off and slap a new one on and off it goes.
Yeah, these are pick and pull cars. You just pick a part off and pull it up somewhere, pull one from somewhere else.
I know Lego probably doesn't have the money, but it would be really hilarious if Lego sponsored a Formula One car. Just gonna say.
Or even a next gen car, because it's technically supposed to be the same concept.
Okay.
Just unbolt a front or rear clip and bolt a new one on.
Boom. There you go. All right. Well, let's get talking about these Xfinity drivers. Obviously, Hemrick having the issue, so that's kind of a way to kick it off, I guess. But let's talk about the Xfinity drivers. I didn't get a chance to talk to any of them, but
yeah, because you left.
Yeah, because the wife needed to do something, and she said, "We'll be back in time." And sure enough, wah.
Y'all had to go get your credentials.
Yeah, because we're not cool like you with hard cards. We get soft cards.
You have essential passes.
Yeah.
Who's Dustin Long talking to over there behind you, over your right shoulder? That looks like a pretty intense interview.
Oh, I don't know. It looks like another one of the NASCAR and NBC guys. Okay. I did see whenever
for those who are just tuning in, Justin and I are out in the fan zone here at Phoenix. And we got cars behind us, but there's other stuff happening around. So if you see us, ooh, look, a squirrel. It's probably because there's a squirrel running across the ground. If you really want to, you could go back and search Twitter and find Nick's, rest in peace. But no, seriously, there's a lot of stuff happening around here, and this fan zone is amazing. You can walk over to the garage and see the cars and see them going through tech. They've done a great job here.
You can walk in the garage. Like the way they've set up the garage is so before you would pull into the garage as a car, you'd pull the car in the garage and then it would be right up against the back wall or fence or something like that. What they've done with these garages they've expanded that back part. So when you pull the car in the garage, there's an extra about 10, maybe 15 feet beyond a little guardrail fence. So it allows fans that have the infield access to the fan zone here to be able to walk right into the garage, right up against that guardrail, instead of being like over the top or having a glass barrier in front of them. They're able to just walk right up and literally within hands reach of tools and team members and stuff like that. A much more personal experience right there. Imagine like if you're at a football game and you can get right down on the grass level, right up there, maybe 5 feet from the out of bounds line. That's what this garage is here like at Phoenix after they redid everything here.
And it's also for those who have not been here but have been to Talladega. It's a very similar scenario as to what they have at Talladega for the garage there. So that area for the fans in front of the cars, really cool thing that NASCAR did when they rebuilt these tracks. So that, and you can't forget this is championship weekend, so have best of the best, and Julie's definitely done a great job of getting this Sun Valley Phoenix area ready for the championship here. So Xfinity will roll off tomorrow. Yeah, I'm torn. You guys were talking about Hemrick. I feel about his bad luck, but John Hunter Nemechek's going to be in the 54 car. And the numbers that were given to me from Kelly Crandall, I don't want to steal her math, is that the 54 car could go out and win the owners championship, and Hemrick could go out and come in second and win the Xfinity Series championship. And they are very well aware of the situation at hand and are hyper focused on making that happen for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Wouldn't that be the way to kind of finalize your season and solidify your career by having all these second place finishes and not win a race, but you win the championship?
Well, not only that, but there's even a scenario where it could be someone who's not in the driver or owner's championship wins the race. The 54 car finishes second, winning the owner's title, and Hemrick finishing third and winning the driver's title.
Yeah, like a Justin Allgaier winning the race.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be interesting. And like I said, you got to watch the Gibbs guys because they're fast all the time. The Toyotas are really good here. So I would be thinking that he's probably definitely, aside from the fact that he's snake bitten, hadn't had a win. This could be that area where this could be that track where he actually breaks through and gets the win. And all is right in the world, because otherwise the Twitter warriors are going to blow up and say, "Oh my God, we had a champion who didn't have a win."
I mean, in theory, Crafton could also go and win a second title without winning a race. But the fact of the matter is, this system, it promotes both winners and consistency.
It does,
and this is a good balance.
All those keyboard warriors and Twitter talking whatevers, they just need, we have this format. Everybody races under this format. We've crowned numerous champions under this format. We ain't changing it anytime soon. So accept it, embrace it, love it, and just be glad that we have hella action on the track when those cars are out there.
Yeah,
agreed.
So Jerry, who are you picking for Xfinity?
Man, I'm so snake bit. I need to pick somebody that is going to, I need to pick somebody whose bad luck wouldn't even hurt them. My bad luck wouldn't even hurt them. So, so who's like the back marker of the Xfinity garage right now? Because I don't want to jinx anybody that's in the championship. I think I'm dead last in Xfinity as well.
You are.
Okay.
Well, actually, wait, let me look.
No,
yeah, you are.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Let's see.
Pick a number, Seth. Give me a number. Stat guy. Who's
you know who needs some good luck?
Who?
JD Motorsports in the 15 car, which is Bailey Curry this week.
You know what? I'll pick Bailey Curry, because why not? Because I can't go any lower on the totem pole in any of these, these two. Now I got something for y'all in the Cup Series. That I'm third and I'm within striking.
Now, Justin and I are going for the championship in Xfinity. There's only 2
Yes.
points that separates us. I'm in second, so I get to pick first. So I'm going to go with Noah Gragson.
Ooh, okay.
His run right now reminds me a lot of Chase Elliott's from last year.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, and I was so battling between 2 people, and Gregson was one. So thankfully, Jerry, you did not pick the other. And this guy has gotten himself with a very young team who have fought and clawed their way to be probably the top team now in the Xfinity series. And for the longest time, it was either Team Penske or SHR or Junior Motorsports, and they were kind of always back and forth. But I think AJ Allmendinger is going to take Colleague Racing and give them their first Cup Series win of the year, give them their first set of multiple Xfinity wins in a year, and give them their first Xfinity Series championship. So AJ Allmendinger is going to get it done here at Phoenix.
As soon as you said young team, I was like, that's Colleague Racing, so it has to be AJ.
Yeah, I mean, that guy is so hungry. And he is so passionate. He's going to drive the wheels off of it. And this track, and especially because remember, they reconfigured this track a few years ago. So start finish is right here. And you have this big open dog leg going into what is now turn 1, what used to be turn 3. And that's just gonna feast off of some of these other guys. But AJ Allmendinger is going to be the one doing the feasting on some of these restarts.
Okay, guys, fast forward to Cup. The cars are behind us. And they're going through tech, even though Gordon said that they aren't teching. That's not true. I'm watching and they're teching. So
they are definitely teching.
Todd is lying, just to let y'all know. Todd's playing games, and they're teching. I promise. But all of that aside, we had some hellacious drama at Championship 4-Day yesterday by none other than Mr. Denny Hamlin, who is still a little bit butthurt over, okay, so he's a lot butthurt over the situation with Bowman at Martinsville. He even said that Bowman wasn't a man. And he says, that win doesn't mean any more to him than my win meant to me. I'm running for a championship. They need to have respect. Does your career rely on it? Why do you have to do something? Why do you have to pass a guy? This is what drives me absolutely crazy, is that someone thinks that their win is more important than yours, meaning his. That win was no more significant to them as it is to me. That's what I don't get.
I wonder if Hamlin would have said the same thing if he didn't have 46 wins. Because Alex Bowman won his, 5th, 6th career win? Sixth? Yeah, I wonder if Hamlin would have said the same thing if he was battling for his 6th career win.
And can I just say, if Bowman didn't try to pass him, would that technically not be considered a part of the 100% rule as well?
NASCAR's never going to get involved in that. They're never. No. Come on. But I will say, did he continue? Denny was on fire. Okay.
Whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, we don't know.
I did not think it was on purpose. At no point do I feel he said, I'm going to go in there and wreck him. I think he went in there and he says, I'm going to run into him. And whatever the result is, it is. To me, that's just a lack of respect, thinking that that spot means more to you than it does to me. Denny was asked next, are you mad at him? Well, duh. I am, because it's a lack of situational awareness. If the roles were reversed, there's no question that that team would be as pissed off as I was that their season was nearly taken away because of someone's irresponsibility. He's racing for a freaking win in the NASCAR Cup Series. Denny, quit being a baby.
Can I just say, Ben Rhodes actually said this post-race that he feels a lot of the veterans seem entitled or have this entitlement around them that because they're in the playoffs, they shouldn't be raced as hard by those not in the playoffs. And
Yeah.
I'm almost getting that vibe right now from Denny.
Well, here's the
His
thing.
quote.
Denny actually said that. I'll pull up the quote in a second, but I've never seen NASCAR do this before. In the transcript, they took out the expletives.
Okay, then.
He says, wait a minute, you expletive crashed. It was the F word. Well, yeah, I thought you knew what I was racing for. Am I not racing for the same damn thing? I'm racing for the regular season championship. This is going back to when at the end. He says, Denny's basically still mad from the regular season championship where he got taken out of. He's just like beside himself on not being treated with respect. And the entitlement of the veterans, but he called them a dying breed. He and Kevin Harvick and people like Tony Stewart. I don't necessarily agree with that.
No, you can't say you're a dying breed when you're sitting here in the Final Four, or when you go last year and you win 9 races. I know you missed the Final Four, but with Harvick, but yeah, you can't say that's a dying breed.
He's talking about a dying breed of guys showing other people respect. I can't say that Kevin Harvick shows a lot of people respect, and I damn sure can't say that Tony Stewart showed a lot of people respect. You know what Tony Stewart did? If you were in his way, he moved you. And he would move you for a race win, or he'd move you for a championship.
I remember one Sonoma race where he moved the driver out of the way, and said driver got him back and put him on top of a tire pack.
And then didn't he get moved by the driver that's complaining about respect at Sonoma, and then moved him right back at Sonoma for his last career win? And wait, didn't it, if we want to talk about lack of respect by these young guys and how they're not doing it like the veterans, how come Ryan Newman doesn't just pull over whenever he's getting lapped? Oh, wait, that's right, because that's what Ryan Newman does.
I've been reading this transcript for the past 10 minutes just so that I could get to this part. Okay, just so that I could get to this statement here, because this is epic Denny Hamlin at his best. I think some people, they have chaos and they get crosswired. They get nervous. They want to shy away from chaos or any kind of crazy shit going on. For me, I love it. I live in chaos. Yes, Denny Hamlin, we agree on something. Your life is chaotic. Okay. No question about it. You live in chaos. I love the guy, but at least he's being honest there, and genuine that he does thrive on chaos. I cannot argue with that.
My gosh, that's insane. Yeah. All right. Well, I spent a lot of time with Kyle Larson because obviously he's had a very dominant season, and he's said multiple times that he doesn't view this as his comeback season, but I kind of disagree with that. As much as he chooses to not identify it as such, it kind of is, and it's a little bit more than just his comeback season from his racial slur from last year during the pandemic when NASCAR was off back in March and April. But it's also, the one thing that I've seen is a lot more fans in the stands wearing 57 shirts. And I've seen on TV during the World of Outlaw races and the USAC races that Kyle Larson races in, a lot of 5 shirts. And there's a lot of crossover, and we've seen crossover in NASCAR before, especially with the Coke 600 and the Indianapolis 500, where some drivers in NASCAR will go compete, and then we've seen some open wheel drivers come back over. Probably one of the most, one of the earliest was probably John Andretti coming over to NASCAR full time after being so successful over there. So I asked Kyle Larson about quite a few options on, hey, what would it take to maybe have a big weekend event with one of these dirt series like USAC and World of Outlaws and stuff like that. And he says obviously it takes a lot of work to get something like that done, but he would love to see something like that because he already loves seeing that, hey, there's 57 shirts when I go out there and win these NASCAR races, and there's 5 shirts out there when I go win these dirt races. And he knows that he's a part of that. He's a part of that unification, I guess, or that unity of NASCAR fans and dirt fans coming together. And his quote was just pretty simple. He was kind of half speechless, but he just said, that's just really cool to see. And I think Larson now is starting to see that and really embrace that he's taking on such a big role, whether he realizes it or not, of kind of creating this additional crossover of motorsport fans. So it was kind of a cool story. It's on kickingthetires.net if you guys want to go read it. It was a fun interview. I asked him about 5-6 questions, and they just kind of led one into another. So really cool little story there for people to go check out.
And if you want to know about Phoenix, I alluded to it earlier as well. Both Justin and I doing some stuff yesterday on Phoenix. 960 plus days ago announced that they were going to get the championship, and then COVID came in and said, well, you can have it, but it's going to be boring as hell. So so this is the way that this is the first time really that Phoenix has had a chance to shine and show off its championship luster.
Sold out crowd.
Sold out crowd. There is nothing here that you can buy. They sold the media parking lot over on the press box side, just to let you know. They sold it for VIP stuff. So there's not anything else that you can sell. They've maximized their money this weekend. Ticket sales, walk up the mountain behind me.
I think the only tickets that are still available are the ARCA Xfinity doubleheader, because I know I saw that on Twitter earlier today, them advertising tickets for it.
Well, yeah, for that, but I'm talking on the cup, from the cup side. They have sold everything they have for Sunday. You can't even buy a standing room only ticket. You can't go up on the mountain. Good luck. If you want to come here, you're going to pay a lot of money on StubHub or whatever the other ticket scalping sites are out there.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, fans, if you are listening to this today on Friday before the truck race, get on out here. If you do live by Arizona in the Phoenix area or even in Tucson, get on out here, because starting at 1 o'clock, Xfinity practice is going on. I believe, obviously, we got trucks too. And then, like Jerry said, tomorrow there's a little bit of everything besides the trucks. So you are going to be able to see all the cars on the track at one point or another with the practice and qualifying sessions.
And can I just say real quick for ARCA West, you have 7 drivers mathematically eligible to win the championship.
Yeah.
And it's a 36 car field.
But
yeah, that's
only one will prevail.
That's gonna be insane, because those are some young kids up and coming, a couple veterans in the ARCA West Series, but my gosh, I mean, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm hoping Jake Drew gets it, because me and him used to race together in karting, so I'm looking forward to that race tomorrow.
And can I just say real quick, the reason why it's 7 drivers, they only have a 9-race season this year. So, of course, the points are a lot closer because there's not a lot of racing.
And you don't have to ask permission to talk, Seth. You know, you've got a microphone. Key the mic.
Oh, I know.
Talk.
I did.
Well, Seth, why don't you go ahead and talk about who gets to pick first for Cup?
Well, that's you.
Wait, I'm sucking that bad? Oh, well, hey.
Yeah, you are. Let's see. 1, 2,
you can't win.
3, 4, 5. You're 5th in points.
5th in points. Dang. Well, GG's, I guess.
And you're over 100 back.
Oh, so I wouldn't have even won from last weekend.
You can't win.
All right.
You would have had to have Jerry, Rachel, and my pick all get DQ'd last week to have a chance this week.
And have my driver max points. Yeah. That wasn't going to happen. All right. Well, I'm going to go with the easy one, and he's going to get another win this year, and he's going to solidify a dominant season. I mean, how can you pick against Kyle Larson right now? I know there's so much possibility of Truex being able to come out here strong. He's done it before. You know, obviously Denny Hamlin, who can flip that switch and get that fire under him and come out and win this and get his first title finally. And then obviously Chase Elliott, like you said, Seth, we saw what he did last year. He could very easily do that again this year. He was on his way to go win at Martinsville until that one issue and that one spin. So, you know, that's all very easy to do and very possible. But Kyle Larson, man, that's who I've got.
Okay.
And just to keep everyone informed of what the points is, right now I'm leading the points. Rachel is 26 points behind, and Jerry is 34 points behind. Both mathematically still have a chance to catch me and pass me. So, Jerry, you pick first.
I am going to, since he picked Kyle Larson, and I can prove that I picked Kyle Larson on on February 13th of this year to win the championship, because I have a betting slip from sportsbook.ag online. I printed it out yesterday. I'm going to take it to the payout window and get my money. So you picked him. I've got to go with the second best, and that's going to be Martin Truex Jr. To take the checkered flag and win the championship here at Phoenix. And Seth, I'm sorry that your pick on Hamlin is going to put you in the wall.
Well, I wasn't going to pick Hamlin for one. For another, I actually have a question. What were the odds back in February for Larson to win the championship?
12-1.
12-1 is not bad. And how much did you put on him?
Sadly, I only put $5 on him.
So it's only 60?
$60, yeah.
Dang.
Ryan Newman was 150-1. I also put $5 on him. So
yeah, that didn't work out.
So what happened was Larson was a 40-1 shot preseason, and I didn't bet it just because I hadn't funded my account. Is what really happened. And if you remember back to the beginning of the season, you go to the podcast, I hit the winner in the first 4 races of the year, and was up pretty significantly after the first couple of weeks of the year. But I hadn't on the third preseason. I hadn't funded it. I funded it going into that race weekend, and by then Larson had dropped from 40-1 to 12-1. So I took the 12-1 bet. I do want to point something out since we're talking about Cup and Cup cars, and you mentioned the Hemrick car. The haulers got here Wednesday for all the Cup cars, or not all the Cup, but all the championship cars, and 2 of the haulers, Martin Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin, did not have cars on them. For those who don't know, you may be hearing it first. I don't even think I've seen anybody tweet this, but the haulers were empty because they left the cars at the shop to continue having work done to them, because they didn't need the cars here for the hauler parade that they did Wednesday morning or Thursday morning when they kicked everything off. So those haulers rode empty so that the JGR folks could work on the cars. I don't know about the Hendrick side, but Joe Gibbs Racing not taking any chances here this weekend.
Now I still have to make my pick. I said I'm not picking Hamlin. We have not had in the playoff era, the elimination era, that is, a back-to-back champion. So I'm going to say history gets made with that, and Chase Elliott goes back-to-back.
There you go.
Well, I wasn't surprised that you picked him. I was just trying to throw you over to Hamlin.
All right. So in that case, here's what Rachel has in trucks, because she's pretty much locked up that championship, I think. She's going to go girl power and go Haley Deegan. For Xfinity, she's going to pick Justin Allgaier to steal the show. And then for Cup, she's going to pick Tyler Reddick, and that's one that I told her to keep an eye on. And sure enough, she's got that.
You did not. She came up to me and talked to me about that yesterday.
I talked to her about that last night.
She must have taken my advice and went and then went and consulted with you, because wow.
Yeah, because that's a little backwards. How can she take your advice, then talk today, and then talk to me yesterday? Yeah, okay.
So. I said yesterday.
Yeah, okay, well, whatever. I thought you said today. All right.
She probably just didn't trust me and went to get affirmation from her beloved husband, and you told her, sadly, Jerry's right. You probably should pick him.
No. Okay, well, I got to go see Alex Bowman's car, because there was a video he put up on Instagram where he was putting up his winner sticker from Martinsville, and it looked like there was Hack Bowman right there across the top bar. Where they put the names of the drivers or their nicknames and stuff like that. I did not see it on the right side of the car, so I wonder if it might be on the left side. I have to go check that out over here. But other than that, I think we're all set, guys.
We're all set. We're ready for action here at Phoenix Raceway. And thanks for everybody tuning in. It's been a great year. We're going to continue the podcast in the off season as well. I've already lined up some guests and talked to some drivers in some of the series that will be coming on. So it's definitely worth it. And we will see you guys next week, right on our regular scheduled time on a Thursday.